If you like a glass of wine at the end of the day, you are not alone. Wine consumption has increased dramatically in the past half century, so that means that a lot more farmers and producers are thinking about grapes and about wine. Travelers through the heartland love to make discoveries, and just off Interstate 80 in central Nebraska, those explorations may include a vineyard whose grapes seem to fit right in with the corn and soybean crops of its neighbors. This is Max Creek Winery and Vineyards in Lexington, home to some ribbon-winning wines and a farm family who've used their wine production a little tongue-in-cheek.
Well, you have to understand, I have a long history of being an accomplished winemaker. I made probably 4 or 5 gallons in my basement, most of which you probably shouldn't drink before we got into this business. But it's always intrigued me. I'm just fascinated by it.
All joking aside, the McFarlands are serious winemakers, producing thousands of gallons of wine each year from the family's 12-acre vineyard.
We can just strip quite a few leaves off there because we'll have so much canopy up above to sustain it.
Max and his son Seth are the backbone of the business. They grow 10 different varieties of grapes.
They just explode after we do that.
On this hot summer day, it's clear outside. And thanks to Mother Nature, they get a break in the clouds to prune the grapevines side by side.
We get some pretty rambunctious thunderstorms and blizzards and ice storms and everything else out here. And you know, if you can't work within those constraints, you're gonna go nuts.
Despite the weather, these hybrid grape varieties seem to thrive in soil usually reserved for row crops. But growing grapes and making wine demands a good deal of attention.
Well, you know, there is such a thing as having a pretty good relationship with every one of these vines out here. I think Seth had once told me that if we don't touch each one of these vines 12 or 15 times a year, then we're being neglectful. So we spend a lot of time out here cultivating that relationship.
Inside the winery is where the production work accelerates. Mac and Seth do 80% of the work themselves.
I guess it's just kind of a personal philosophy that you know, if somebody's willing to spend a little bit of money on a quality product, then it should be a no-brainer for me to want to spend a little bit of money making sure that their product is of high quality.
And Nebraska is consistently bringing home top awards. You know, we're talking double gold, best of the shows in some of these categories. There's probably been 5 or 6 of those in the last few years, as well as many, many other medals from those competitions. And so the quality is definitely increasing. The hybrids are definitely getting better for the kind of wines we want to make and can make.
This new winemaking tradition demands an effort by the whole family in processing the grapes, bottling, labeling, and boxing the product.
The greatest compliment that we can get from our customers is when they bring their friends or family and they say, hey, you've got to come to our winery. And they're talking about us because they're so proud of what we've done here. That's absolutely the best compliment that we can get. And we work very hard to make sure that happens.
Hard work is nothing new for the McFarlands. Decades ago, Max's dad was a cattle farmer and watched his son leave the land to become a psychology teacher. My father would be getting a chuckle from the grave if he knew I had anything to do with agriculture, because I swore I never would. Do I see a third-generation winemaker in your hands?
I hope so. We're pretty interested in the tractor right now. The fact that the sun comes up and I get to see it every day, come over the rise and the crest of the creek and over the top of the vineyard, it's just fantastic.
This is just a dream come true, and so many of our family are involved with it, and all of the family has been involved with it from the outset, and we truly are blessed.